a side effect of the human condition, something we all just have to live with. Is it really that big of a deal? After 25 years of studying the science of attention, I can answer these questions. Yes, it is part of being alive. In many ways, because our brain's evolution was driven by specific survival pressures, our attention waxes and wanes, making us prone to being distractible. Our distractibility served us well when predators lurked around every corner. However, in today's technologically saturated, fast-paced, and rapidly shifting world, we're feeling that distractibility more than ever. And we face new predators that rely on and exploit our distractibility. But no, it's not something we have to just live with. We can train our brains to pay attention differently. And finally, and most importantly, yes, it is that big of a deal. The extraordinary impact of attention. Tell me if this ever describes you. At times, it feels like a struggle to stay focused. Your mind toggles between boredom and overwhelm. You feel foggy, as if the crisp thinking you need to rely on is simply not there. You have a short fuse, you're irritable, stressed. You notice mistakes you've made, typos, skipped words, or repeated ones. Did you catch that? Deadlines loom, but you find it difficult to pull yourself away from your news and social media feeds. You cruise through your phone, opening app after app, then you look up some amount of time later, wondering what you were even looking for in the first place. You're spending a lot of time in your head, out of sync with the flow of all that is happening around you. You find yourself spinning on interactions, something you wish you had said, something you shouldn't have said, something you should have done better. You may be surprised to know that all of this ultimately comes down to one thing: your attention. If you're feeling that you're in a cognitive fog, depleted attention. If you're feeling anxious, worried, or overwhelmed by your emotions, hijacked attention. If you can't seem to focus so you can take action or dive into urgent work, fragmented attention. If you feel out of step and detached from others, disconnected attention. In my research lab at the University of Miami, my team and I study and train people in some of the most extreme high-stress, high-demand professions. We study medical and business professionals, firefighters, soldiers, and elite athletes, among others. They need to deploy their attention and do it well through extraordinarily high-stakes circumstances where their decisions could affect many people, as in critical surgeries, deadly wildfires, rescue operations, active war zones. A single moment when performance can make or break a career, end or save a life. For some of these folks, if and how they pay attention is literally a matter of life and death. For all of us, it's a powerful force that shapes our lives far more than we realize. Your attention determines what you perceive, learn, and remember, how steady or how reactive you feel, which decisions you make and actions you take, how you interact with others, and ultimately, your sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. On a certain level, we all sense this already. Consider the language we use when we talk about attention. Pay attention, we say. We ask, may I have your attention? We see and hear information that is attention-grabbing. These common phrases illuminate what we already know instinctively, that like currency, attention can be paid, given, or stolen, that it is extremely valuable, and also finite. Recently, the commercial value of attention has taken center stage. As the saying goes for social media apps, if you aren't paying for the product, you are the product. More precisely, your attention is the product, a commodity that can be sold to the highest bidder. We now have attention merchants and attention markets. All this forecasts a brave new dystopia involving trading in human attention futures alongside cattle, oil, and silver. Yet attention is not something that can be banked or borrowed. It cannot be saved to use later. We can only use our attention in the here and now, in this moment. What is attention exactly? The attention system exists to solve one of your brain's biggest problems. There is far too much information in the environment for your brain to fully process. To avoid getting overloaded, your brain uses attention to filter out both the unnecessary noise and chatter around you and the background thoughts and distractions that constantly bubble up to the surface of your mind. All day...